Yo, yo. What's good, man? This is your boy at DFS Mastermind _ over on Twitter, man. Thank you for clicking on the video. I appreciate you stopping by, checking me out. I'm going to keep this video nice and short. I'm putting it out late once again. That's my apologies. I'm going to probably put out my video for tomorrow's slate tonight as usual, man, so I can get ahead of the game, man. So I apologize about the lateness, but hopefully I'll be able to check this video out. I got 5 picks that I want to go ahead and get to you. Very simple, man. Hit you with some value. I have one player he's slinging out of value. He's kind of a high price mid-tier player, man. So we'll get into him. That's going to be my center spot. And yes, I'm over here on DK. It's Friday, man. We got to get to it. We got to get ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in my Slack chat. Y'all are killing it, man. We had a ton of people cashing out. Hopefully everybody cashed out that checked out the video. And let's get into it, man. We got 7 games on today's slate. The most stackable games, in my opinion, of course, is going to be the Phoenix and Denver game, and then the Lakers and Pacers game. You can do the Lakers and Pacers as a late night hammer. I think we have a few good options that we can pick from, and I'm really feeling some depot today going up against the Lakers. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into my top plays, man. So without further ado, let's get into it. At point guard, over on Fanduel, of course, he'll be a shooting guard. But over here, I'm going to use him as my point guard. It's going to be Mr. Josh Hart, man. We got no Ball. We have no Caldwell Pope. You know what that means, man. We got to look for the minutes, man. His minutes will definitely go up. They'll definitely increase with Ball being out, and also Caldwell Pope, he hurt his ankle, man, so I think he's going to step up, play a very big role in today's game, going up against the Pacers, which I already talked about. Should be a very stackable game. He's only 4,600. We're looking for 23 fantasy points. I think he's going to be in a smash spot, so I want to go ahead and recommend him as my top point guard over here on DK. Moving on to shooting guard. Now, this pick, I'm a little nervous about. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot safer options, but this is a guy that I just really got a feeling about, and I'm going to run him out there today, and that guy is going to be Mr. Buddy Hield, man, 4,500. One thing that's positive about this, we got the news that the veterans for the Kings, they're going to be resting. He's going to be resting veterans every single night. So if we get no Vince Carter, no Garrett Temple, I think no George Hill, it could really open up a ton of minutes. If you want to go with the safer play, I think Bogdanovich is definitely a little more secure, but we seen Buddy, man, he's getting the minutes. He's getting 20-plus minutes every single game. And some games is high 20s. I don't mind that, man. I think he has a very cheap price tag. We're looking for about 22 points. Going up against the Grizzlies at shooting guard, they really give it up. This is a trouble spot for the Memphis Grizzlies, so I want to attack that, man. I'm gonna do it with Buddy Hield. I'm gonna go ahead and lock him in. Moving on to small forward, a guy. He's really a power forward, but with the utility spot, we can switch it up. I'm going to go with Mr. James Johnson, man. Going up against Brooklyn, we know we always want to attack Brooklyn bigs. It is a good spot for my boy. He's in the starting lineup now. I know his ownership will be very low. People seem to not like him, but I love this guy every time he steps on the court. He has a pretty solid floor. Now, of course, some games he looks a little volatile, but that Toronto game, he got kicked out, and then he had that 17-point game. But this guy really is a walk-in 25-piece every time he steps on the floor. And if he starts to score, get some block shots, get some more peripherals, he can really explode and have a great game, man. I want to go ahead and recommend him. I think he's in a beautiful spot taking on Brooklyn big, so I'm going to go ahead and lock him in, man. I want to get some exposure to this game as well. This Miami and Brooklyn. I was also looking at Josh Richardson. I think he's going to be in a very good spot. And then on the Brooklyn side of things, I really like DeMarre Carroll. I think he could be a sneaky play. But I'm going to recommend Mr. Johnson for you. And I think Hassan Whiteside, man, if you want to pay up for centers, it could be a smash spot. I think his price is a little too high for me, so I'm going to avoid that spot. Moving on to my top power forward, we're going all the way down. Y'all know I got to get you some exposure to this fast-paced game. Y'all know my boy is Wilson Chandler. He is just, he plays the minutes, man. He plays the minutes. The golden rule for NBA DFS is minutes equals money. You want people that's going to be on the court. And I think he's going to be on the court, man. He's 4,300. We're literally asking for 20 points. We see he reached that total in his last 2 games. If we could really get him to score 15 real points, he would absolutely crush his value because he's going to get some rebounds, get a few assists, maybe a few steals, blocks. But when it comes to shooting the ball, he normally doesn't put up double-digit shots, and that's one of the requirements for me. But I think in a beautiful, fast-paced matchup versus Phoenix, he'll get some easy layups, and I think he has no problem hitting his value. So this is strictly a value, a price play for me. It's the fast pay. It's the highest total game on the slate. And I'm getting a very cheap player in this game. Now, we'll have other players in this game, but the one I want to recommend is going to be Wilson Chandler because I think he is a pivotal value play, man. If you're trying to punt in a position, I say you don't punt. You just spend super, super low for Mr. Wilson Chandler. And that's who I want to recommend as my top power forward. Moving on to center, it's very simple, man. I'm going with big Julius Randle taking on Domantas Sabonis. It's going to be a very, very good night for the young man. Or he'll be going up against Thaddeus Young. It depends on the lineup that they roll out. But Julius Randle's going to smash tonight, man. He will see a lot of time at the center. He will start at the power forward. That is one spot on the Pacers that we want to attack. Yesterday, I rostered Nurkic because I stick to the same information, the same stats. And, it panned out for me, man. It was a really good move. I was nervous about his minutes. But Nurkic came out and had a hell of a game. And I feel way better with Julius Randle over Nurkic. The minutes are kind of the same, but one thing about J-Ran, he is definitely going to take the shots, man. That's one thing we really love. He's a hustler type player, so I want to go ahead and recommend him as my top center. So there you have it, folks. Those are my top 5 plays. Oh, and then out of Julius Randle, we're looking for 33 fantasy points to go 5x. So there it is, man. Those are my top 5 plays for today's slate. We got Josh Hart. We got Mr. Buddy Hield. We got James Johnson, Wilson Chandler, and Julius Randle. That's going to be it for me. Look, if you want to support the channel, if you love the content, I do accept tips, man. Look for the PayPal link. I would appreciate anything. If you want to get in contact with me, it's DFS Mastermind across all social media sites. So hit me up and feel free, man. I always say this, man. Feel free to come kick it with us in Slack chat, man. We getting to the green line over there, man. We got people on Fanduel, people on Yahoo, people on Draftkings, and we're just chopping it up, man. Giving people our top plays and our top ideas, man. Yeah, and we all have the common goal. We just trying to cash out, man. We trying to get to the green line. But that's going to do it for me. I want y'all to bless up, cash out, and get to the green line, man. Gang, gang.